Good morning, students. I welcome you to the online class Standard 8 Subject Physics, and my name is Amos Michael, Department of Physics. Yes, in this chapter we are going to learn about the lightning. What are the learning objectives of this presentation? Yes, first one is lightning and its dangerous. Second one is clouds and electric discharge, and third one is lightning, and finally we are going to learn about safety rules for electricity. What is lightning? Lightning is an electrical discharge in the atmosphere between the oppositely charged clouds or between the charged cloud and the earth. So lightning can happen in two ways, that is, one is in between the oppositely charged clouds and another method is between the charged cloud and the earth. What are the dangers of lightning? Yes, a flash of lightning carries a lot of electrical energy. When lightning strikes a building, its tremendous electrical energy can set the building on fire or cause serious damage to its structure. So the damage caused to the buildings by the lightning can be prevented by installing lightning conductors on them. So you might have seen the lightning conductors on some of the buildings which is used to prevent the lightning. Clouds and electric discharge. A cloud is a visible condensed water vapors floating in the atmosphere. A heavy dark rain cloud is called a storm cloud. So sometimes during the rainy season you might have seen the dark rain cloud which is called a storm cloud. When a storm cloud develops in the sky, strong winds moves upwards through the cloud and makes the water drops present in the cloud to rub against one another. So this rubbing together of water drops produces extremely large electric charges in the cloud due to the friction. Okay, so the two oppositely charged clouds, they are rubbing, and because of friction they produce extremely large electric charges. So the small water drops acquires a positive charge and being lighter move to the upper part of the cloud. The larger water drops acquire negative charge and being heavier it come down to the lower part of the cloud. So in this way the top of the cloud becomes positively charged whereas the bottom of the cloud becomes a negatively charged as shown in the figure. So the passage of electric current in air due to the movement of electric charges is called electric discharge. So due to the electric discharge, the positive and negative charges cancel out each other, and hence we see that electric spark as a flash of lightning. So the electric spark heat the nearby air, that is the surrounding air in the atmosphere or in the sky, to a very high temperature. So due to this enormous amount of heat, the air in the sky expands rapidly and it produces a huge loud sound called thunder. So what are the different types of lightning? There are two types. One is sheet lightning, another one is fork lightning. So lightning usually occurs within the cloud in the sky is called sheet lightning. Lightning occurs between a cloud and the earth is called fork lightning. So the lightning strikes the earth or its tall structures when electric charges flow between the cloud and the earth through tall buildings or a tree or something like that. So now we are going to learn about the lightning conductor. So you might have seen the lightning rod like this over the top of the huge buildings. So this lightning conductor was invented by the scientist Benjamin Franklin. The lightning conductor, what do you mean by a lightning conductor? Lightning conductor is a device which is used to protect a building from the effects of lightning. So a lightning conductor is made up of a thick stripe of metal, usually it is made up of copper, and the top end of the lightning conductor is pointed like a sharp spike or spikes. and it is fixed above the highest point of the building. From the top of the building, the thick copper stripe runs along the outer wall of the building to the ground. So this is the copper wire, and it runs along the outer wall of the building to the ground. So the lower end of that metal stripe is joined to a metal plate and buried deep into the ground near the base of the building. Measures to protect ourselves from lightning. What are the preventive measures has to be taken in order to protect ourselves during lightning? So first one is, no open space is safe during lightning and thunderstorm. So we should rush to a safer place like a house or some other buildings nearby. And second one is, open vehicles like motors, scooters, tractors and the construction machineries, they are not safe during lightning and thunderstorm. And in special case, the person is in an open space when the thunderstorm and lightning begin and there is no suitable shelter available nearby, then the following precautions has to be taken to for protection from lightning. What are they? When in open space, a person should never stand under a tree to take shelter during thunderstorm, because there is a danger of lightning striking the tree and burning it up, as you see in the picture. So this tree is burning because of the lightning. So since the lightning it strike on the tree, it gets burned. Okay, so we should not stand under the tree so that we can avoid a huge accident by the lightning. So second one is, we should avoid raising an umbrella overhead during lightning. Why? Because lightning may strike at the top end of the metal rod of the umbrella and it can harm us. So that's why we should not raise an umbrella during the lightning and thunderstorm. The TV antennas and the dish antennas fixed on the tall buildings prone to lightning strikes. So we should therefore switch off the sets during frequent lightning. Otherwise TV sets may get burned. So during thunderstorm, when lightning is taking place, we should avoid touching the metal objects in a house or building. For example, during thunderstorm, we should not touch the car, like as it is in the picture shown. When in open space, a person should not lie on the ground during the thunderstorm and lightning. A person should squat low on the ground during lightning. What do you mean by squat? Yes, your legs bent and your bottom just above the ground is called squat. So squat means the squat position is shown in the figure, and you have to, if you happen to be in an open space, then you have to squat low on the ground in order to protect yourself from the lightning. Then what are the safety rules for using electricity? Always use a good quality of wires, switches and sockets at the homes and offices. Use fuses or MCBs in the electric circuits. So that is the second point. The third point is, you have to make sure that no part of your body ever comes in direct contact with the electric wire. The fourth one, never touch switches and sockets with wet hands. So it may lead to a electrical shock. So you should not never touch with the wet hands. Then the fifth point one is, use 3-pin plugs. They have an earth wire connection to save human bodies from electrical shock. So at the most try to use 3-pin plugs instead of 2-pin plugs. Why? Because the third pin it is a earth connection, so this earth wire will save ourselves from the electric shock. And the sixth one is plug must be properly inserted into the sockets to avoid sparking. So the plugs must be properly and fully inserted into the sockets to avoid sparking. And the final one is ask the electrician to repair faults in the main electric line. So finally we are going to know some little bit about the battery. What is seen in the picture is nothing but a cell. So this is the already cell. 1.5 volt is the voltage of this cell. So the electric cell, that it is a common source of electric current to run any electronic devices. So a single cell gives 1.5 volt of electricity, whereas a higher voltage can be obtained by combining a number of cells in series. Look at this picture. Here the three 1 cells are connected in series. That is, when the positive of one cell is connected to the negative terminal of the other cell. Similarly, in the second cell, the positive terminal of the second cell is connected to the negative terminal of the third cell. So if you join like this, then in between the two terminals, that is from positive to negative, you will get 1.5 into 3, you will get 4.5 volts. So as a whole, what you will get? 4 by combining these three 1.5 volt cells, you will get a total voltage of 4.5 volts. I hope you would understand the concepts clearly. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a nice day.